There's a quote here, and I would love for this to lead maybe to some talking points, but this is from, I want to get it right here, so I'm going to read it. This is from Wynton, and he says, quote, "With Joe, there's just the sound, and the integrity in the sound, the originality of it. When you hear his sound, you know him automatically because it's so full of warmth and soul and feeling. It's like a warm voice." So I thought those three words are very poignant. Warmth, soul, and feeling.
I know, Wynton. Wynton is a beautiful man. And he keeps telling me that, and I say, how did I develop that, you know?
That's what I want to know. That's what we all want to know. So is there anything, I don't know if those three words are good to go with, but I just sort of thought.
My approach to playing is purely vocal. Because, you know, when I play, see, if you sing that note, it teaches you how to get all your air out. You know, if you can get that amount of air out of that note, there's no reason why you can't do it on the saxophone. So if you don't get it, I mean, if you play like that, you know,
it's closed.
Wow. If you see an opera singer, the guy that's mad about opera is Branford, you know, and Branford's got a beautiful sound.
Absolutely.
Branford's got a great sound on tenor and alto and soprano. I had him play the national anthem on a soprano, and it was a big thrill, you know, because he has such a great sound, and there's such a lot of sound.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's vocal, you know. And when you play a ballad, it's important that you sing the ballad. You're not playing the ballad, you're singing the ballad.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, when you play. Romance came.
Yeah.
They say, until in the life, romance came. You know, and you have to feel the words to play the song.
Do you memorize the words to particularly a ballad before you approach it on your horn?
I know the words to a lot of ballads. Yeah. I mean, I might know all of them. I don't maybe not know all of them, but you know, I know a lot of the words, and a lot of the words are very important.
Absolutely.
You know, like. Sometimes I wonder how I spend the lonely nights, dreaming of a song. The melody haunts my reverie. You know, it's just the feeling of it. You know, to transport that onto your saxophone.
Yeah, absolutely. I was wondering, I've always wondered this because your background being from Scotland, my family's background is being from Ireland, and very much I've grown up on Irish music. Were folk melodies in Scotland, was that at all a part of it? Like when I hear you play Duke's A Single Petal of a Rose, particularly on bass clarinet, and I know that tune was actually written for Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know if I'm putting those together.
So they say.
Are you thinking of that, singing in this vocal?
I'm not thinking of Queen Elizabeth.
Not Queen Elizabeth.
She's not my queen.
What about the folk aspect of it?
Well, you know, there's a song I used to play for my mother when she used to come to the concert in Scotland, and it's by Robert Burns, you know, and it's called "My Love Is Like a Red, Red Rose," and it's a beautiful song. fact, I'm thinking about doing a record of ballads and to play a couple of Scottish ballads because there's some beautiful ballads, you know?
Absolutely.
Scottish songs are like Irish songs, you know. I mean,
Sure.
the Scots people were downtrodden the same as the Irish people,
Mm-hmm.
not to the same extent, but they went through a pretty rough time.
Sure.
Especially after the Battle of Culloden in 1776 was when the Scottish army was totally destroyed because they were completely outnumbered, and the English army went into the glens and burned all the houses down. And burned all the possessions, burned everything. And the people had people were outside, they had the choice of either going to the coast to become fishermen or going to the colonies, which meant Nova Scotia and Virginia, West Virginia, and Western Canada. So the original religion in Scotland was Catholic, the same as Irish. And out in Western Canada, there's still, I've read a couple of books by this man who wrote all about it. And all the people that went from Scotland to Western Canada, they still have this tradition of their own religion. And, there's some beautiful Scottish ballads, the same as Irish ballads.
Sure.
Danny Boy will tear your heart out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially when Ben Webster plays.
That's absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. A lot of both the orchestra members as well as what they said about Harry Carney in Ellington's orchestra was that the baritone, but not just the baritone, it's the person behind the baritone. So Harry Carney and yourself are the center of the band. And also literally there's something about the frequency of the low instrument and low range that it can reach, but that you are the center. Wynton, Victor Goines, Sherman, these guys are saying that you're the center of the Jazz Lingonson Orchestra.
That's because you have to concentrate on getting a full note in the low register.
Absolutely, yeah.
But that's purely vocal. Play your C sharp.
The middle?
Middle C sharp. See, it sounds to me like this. Say two. Two.
Two.
Two.
Two.
See, you're holding your air up here. See, if you see Pavarotti sing, he sings up here. He does that for a reason, He doesn't sing down here.
Right,
It beats me how Miles Davis can play down here.
Yeah.
I mean, if he lifted his trumpet up a little bit, he would get twice as much sound. But he gets a beautiful sound down here, so why bother? But you'll notice that most trumpet players, they play from here, especially Winton, plays from here,
Mm-hmm.
and to let all the air out.
Right.
And it's the same thing with this, the baritone in particular. You know, a lot of people go, I'm exaggerating now, but you know, you got to clear your nose out of the sound, because when your nose is not in the sound, you know, you've got sinuses here that open up, and you got, you know, the sinuses up here open up, and you want your whole face to open up to let the sound out. If everything doesn't open up, you won't get the sound out. And you can play quiet.
And everything's staying open.
I saw a famous soprano player the other day. The guy's famous. He's playing down here. Well, you never saw Sidney Bechet ever playing down here. He plays a soprano like John Coltrane and like Branford Marsalis. He plays it up here.
Yeah.
He holds the soprano up here, not down there.
Yeah.
You know, for some reason you play the clarinet down there, but I don't bother with that.